Havas is a French multinational advertising and public relations company, headquartered in Paris, France. It operates in more than 100 countries and is one of the largest global advertising and communications groups in the world. Havas consists of two main operational divisions: Havas Creative Group, Havas Media Group. The group offers a broad range of communication services, including digital advertising, direct marketing, media planning and buying, corporate communications, sales promotion, design, human resources, sports marketing, multimedia, interactive communications and public relations. Introduction. The company, which today bears the name Havas, is itself a former subsidiary of the original Havas, which acquired the rights to the name in 2002. It is a holding company headquartered in Puteaux, Paris, and listed in the Euronext main market. Havas was the first French news agency, created in 1835, emerged in the age of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The agent's France Press news agency comes from it. Havas was acquired by Vivendi in 1998, and renamed Vivendi Universal Publishing. VUP in turn merged with Lagardère to become Editors in 2004. French corporate trader Vincent Bolloré, through his holding company the Bolloré Group, is the main shareholder, controlling 32.84% of the share capital as of 7 May 2012. Bolloré himself took over the chairmanship of the Havas board. History. Timeline of the Havas name. Havas is the family name of Charles Louis Havas. He created the first French press agency in 1835. Havas Conseil, Havas Advertising. By 1968, Havas had become a diversified group which had, inter alia, media interests. These interests were incorporated into Société Anonyme Havas Conseil SA, which expanded its business rapidly. In 1975, Havas Conseil became Eurocom, holding company of a group of subsidiaries specializing in various communications activities. Since the 1970s, the group grew significantly in France and internationally, both in the communications and media buying sectors, by broadening the scope of services that it offers and expanding into new communications techniques and technologies. Havas was first listed on the Paris Bourse in 1982. The principal milestones in the group's strategic development are the following. In 1991, Eurocom acquired the French advertising group RSCG, leading to the creation of the RSCG worldwide advertising network. RSCG had been the lead advertising agency for Peugeot. In 1996, Eurocom changed its name to Havas Advertising and created 4 operating divisions: Euro RSCG, Campus Diversified Agencies, and Mediapolis. American Bob Schmetter is named chairman and CEO of the largest division, Euro RSCG, whose headquarters are moved to New York in 1997. In 1998, Compagnie Générale des Eaux, led by Jean-Marie Messier, changed its name to Vivendi and acquired control of Havas. It acquired a third of Havas in February 1997, and the remainder in March 1998 in a deal that valued the company at €6 billion. Vivendi later considered its advertising and communications interests no longer strategic. Between 1998 and 2001, late in the wave of consolidation within the advertising communications sector, Havas Advertising adopted an aggressive acquisition strategy in order not to become a takeover target following its independence from Havas. In order to become a bigger and more global player, it acquired MPG and Snyder, as well as around 100 specialized agencies in America, Europe and the Asia-Pacific region. This strategy was criticized by Maurice Levy as reckless. Media Planning Group was created in 1999 through the combination of Media Planning S.A., a Spanish media planning and buying company controlled by Leopoldo Rode Castaños and his family, with Mediapolis, the existing Havas media planning business. Havas initially acquired 45% of MPG, which was increased to 100% in May 2001. Snyder Communications Inc. On 4 April 2000, at the height of the M&A frenzy, Havas Advertising agreed to acquire Snyder Communications Inc. in an all-share transaction, where SNC was valued at $2.1 billion. SNC was a listed communications group controlled by Daniel Snyder, and their activities were mainly outsourced marketing services, such as direct marketing, database marketing, proprietary product sampling, sponsored information display in prime locations, call centers, field sales. Just prior to the takeover, the market capitalization of SNC was just $1.3 billion. As part of the SNC deal, Havas Advertising lists American depository shares on the Nasdaq National Market System. The deal was completed on the 25th of September. The stake belonging to Vivendi is diluted to 40% following the acquisition. By agreeing to sell SNC, Snyder availed himself of the means to set another record, acquiring the Washington Redskins team and the stadium for $800 million in May 1999, in the most expensive transaction in U.S. sporting history. SNC's three divisions, Bounty SCA Worldwide, Arnold Communications and Brown Worldwide, were respectively merged with Euro RSCG, Campus, and Diversified Agencies. Arnold Communications becomes Havas' second network, Arnold Worldwide Partners. Havas S.A. In 2002, Havas, the parent company, decided to rename itself Vivendi Universal Publishing and to divest itself of its remaining stake in the Havas Advertising. So the Havas Advertising board decided to acquire the Havas name from its parent. The decision was approved by the annual shareholders meeting held on the 23rd of May 2002. In September 2003, the group recentered itself around three core divisions. Agencies from the Diversified Agencies division were sold or absorbed into the remaining divisions: Euro RSCG Worldwide, MPG and Arnold Worldwide Partners. In July 2004, after having completed its strategic reorganization, Bolle Group starts to build a stake in Havas. In October, the company completes a €404 million capital increase, which enabled it to reduce its overall debt levels. By 2005, Bolle had amassed a 22% stake, obtained 4 seats on the Havas board at the shareholders' meeting, and took control of the company. Chairman and CEO Alain Depaux-Ilhac was deposed in a boardroom coup on the 21st of June 2005. Other board and management level changes followed. The board appointed independent non-executive director Richard Kolker as interim CEO. On the 12th of July 2005, Havas named Vincent Bolle as board chairman, and veteran banker Philippe Weil as chief executive officer. In March 2006, Havas names Fernando Rodavila, son of the founder of Media Planning S.A., Leopoldo Rode Castaños, as its new CEO. Havas remains listed on Euronext, but a list from the Nasdaq stock exchange as of the 28th of July 2006. In March 2015, the group's main shareholder Bolle S.A. sold a 22.5% stake in the firm for around €600 million, though announced it intended to remain a majority shareholder. shareholder. Services. Havas is a media holding company whose subsidiaries provide communication consulting services through traditional advertising media to media buying and various marketing services such as advertising management, direct marketing, sales promotion, corporate communications, healthcare communications, internal communications, television sponsorship, design, human resources communications, interactive communications, attempting to be perceived by clients and potential clients as more entrepreneurial and more agile. Havas adopted a new structure in late 2012. The agency network, once known as RSCG, was rebranded Havas Worldwide, much like the compatriots Publicis and the network named Publicis Worldwide. Other advertising agencies owned by Havas, such as Arnold Worldwide, are rebranded Havas Creative. The media division remains as Havas Media. Havas created an umbrella brand, Havas Digital Group, to operate across the creative and media divisions. Case against former directors, holding 22.01% of the share capital of Havas. On the 21st of June 2005, Bolle ousted CEO Alain de Pouzilhac. Havas then dismissed Ariel for gross negligence. Vice Chairman Alain Cazac and others close to de Pouzilhac were also relieved of their services. Alain de Pouzilhac took Havas to court to seek unblocking of payment for non-compete that Havas had been withholding. Civil cases were also launched by both for severance pay, a total of 10 cases involving de Pouzilhac, 4 involving Ariel. Payment for de Pouzilhac's non-compete clause was upheld. Ariel and former Havas executives Alain Cazac and Agnes Sordia won at the Labour Tribunal, where Ariel was granted damages of close to €5 million. Since the boardroom coup, Bolle had consolidated control by further increasing his stake, which stands at 37%. Havas seized the Nanterre Criminal Court on 15 May 2007, and again in August and November 2007 to initiate 3 cases by against de Pouzilhac, Ariel and Cazac, accusing them of conspiracy, misappropriating from the company, and attempting to cover up. Havas alleged that the 3 directors had signed new employment contracts during the takeover that gave them generous golden parachutes in the likely event of the removal. Also, de Pouzilhac was accused of conspiring with Ariel to grant payment of €300,000 to fellow director Thierry Meyer. The preliminary inquiry into the charges under public prosecutor Philippe Couroy lasted 3 years, during which time the accused were given either sporadic or no access to evidence for the defense, contrary to the legal requirements. The tribunal took the view that the criminal proceedings had not complied with proper procedures, nor with the European Convention on Human Rights. The Nanterre court said that specifically, the provisions of this convention relating in particular to access to the case file, the personal assistance of counsel during the investigation and the balance between the parties had not been met. In its decision, the court considered that, given the weight and complexity of the case, which has 700 items, a preliminary investigation was not the most appropriate way of proceeding. Instead, the case should have been by instruction, which allows adversarial examination. Les Echos, 15 November 2012. The Criminal Court of Nanterre dismissed the last of these cases in November 2012, citing the lack of equity and violation of the rights of the defense. Olivier Metzner and Olivier Blouche, lawyers for Alain de Pouzilhac and Jacques Ariel, criticized Vincent Bolle for exploiting his close connection with Philippe Couroy, public prosecutor for Nanterre, to launch the case.